In this video, we're going to be talking about how to find your purpose in life and how to back it up living your passion in life. I'm also going to be talking about the difference between these two and why that's so important to know moving forward in the process of accomplishing your goals and living your greatest life yet, or possible. So make sure you stick around to the end so that I can explain the difference between those two, why it's important, and to help you out. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Ivan, and on this channel I'm sharing with you all the stuff that I've learned to help me accomplish my goals in life, and I'm going to be sharing with you all the stuff you need to know to help you accomplish your goals in life, all for free, just because I want to help you out and I just want to have a great and positive impact on your life. This is a super cool video and a super interesting subject because I'm going to be talking to you about how I came to find out not only the difference between purpose and passion, how I came out to find mine, why I'm sharing it with you, and why it's so important to know yours. The truth is, if you don't know what your passion is right now or your purpose is right now, that's okay. If you're sitting there wondering, do I know my passion? Do I know my purpose? And you kind of have that question inside of you, don't worry, that means that you aren't there yet, and that's okay, because once you know, you will know. You will know without a shadow of a doubt, and I can say that because I was at a place just like you. I didn't know what my passion or my purpose was in life, and I didn't know, and once I came across it and once I figured out what it was, I knew instantly, and I knew it's what everybody else had said, that once you know, and it really is undeniable. Once you do know, you know. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I actually do know my truth and my passion and my purpose, then you're good to go. But if you're not, I'm going to be here sharing with you how you can find that out. I'm going to be sharing you by the end of the video. My goal is to explain to you how it's a balance of trial and error. It's a balance of courage, and it's a balance of listening to your intuition and to your gut. This is really important because we live in a society where people want to shut people down, especially with all the divisiveness right now. And when people have all these goals, and when people want to speak their mind, when people want to share their goals, when people want to achieve incredible things in life, we have so much of society just hating on people, trying to shut people down, telling people to be realistic and to not dream for the stars. We have so many people telling us not to do that, not to push ourselves, that I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The truth is, inside of each and every one of us, we have greatness inside of ourselves, and we just have to let it shine, and we have to push through those fears to let it shine. So let's go ahead. Let's ignore the dramas of society. Let's ignore the fact that people want to press each other and push each other down, and let's talk about getting ourselves right and pushing ourselves to be the greatest versions of ourselves so that we can live our best life possible and have the best impact on other people as possible. Everything I'm sharing with you today is the main reason I started this whole legend brand. It's all about building your legacy, building your legend, going at life with your fullest and making it happen. So if you want to get your free wristband, click the link in the description down below. In the meantime, let's head right into it. So stick around because I'm going to be sharing with you how to find your passion and your purpose. For this to make sense, I'm going to explain to you how I came across to knowing what my purpose is in life and knowing what my passion is in life. This all started a really long time ago when I was about 16 years old, because I was 16 and I was making some really dumb decisions. And being 16, I made the stupid decision to go into my friend's house while he was on vacation with his family and chill out in his house and play video games and drink Mountain Dew with a buddy of mine. It was really stupid, but essentially we ended up having to break into the house. We didn't break anything, but we had to jump in through the window. We got in the house and then we were just gaming all night. As you can imagine, being in someone else's house without their permission, we did ask my friend. He said it was cool if we went in there, but he didn't ask his parents. And so being 16 years old, we were like, sweet. Our friend said, yeah, we can go in there. So we made the stupid decision of going in there. It was something I totally regret. The next day, this girl came over to feed the cats, and she saw us in there. She told her dad, and it ended up being this really big ordeal where the sheriff got involved, and I almost had to deal with legal consequences because I was really just being stupid. That year, my mom sent me to live down in Mexico with my dad, and I was sitting there in Mexico. I just had all this guilt inside of me because I felt really bad and ashamed of what I did, and it was just really stupid, and I really shouldn't have done that. So as I was sitting there, I said, I'm tired of being dumb. I'm tired of acting like a stupid 16-year-old. I want to live a great life. I want to accomplish great things, and I know that there's better inside of me, so I'm going to change that now. That was when I first set my very first goals for myself. I set financial goals, I set physical health and wellness goals, and I set all sorts of goals for myself moving forward in life. Now that I had set these goals for myself at 16 years old, I had to go through my very first attempts at accomplishing goals. And this took a period of years in order to make it happen. I started learning about how wealthy people became that way, how successful people became that way, what people did with their mind, how top athletes performed in certain ways that allowed them to be top athletes. And as I started learning this information, I became absolutely obsessed with it. It was the only thing that I could think about. So I spent hours on hours on hours studying and learning this information to try to dig it into my brain, to try to become the best at it that I possibly could so that I could accomplish every goal that I set for myself. Not to say I'm afraid to fail, and failures are part of the process, but I wanted to be an efficient and effective goal achiever in the process of getting done what I wanted to get done. It got to the point where I was studying this stuff so much that I would do it for fun. And that was my very first indication of that it was something that I was passionate about. Right after that, I was learning so much knowledge that I just wanted to share it with people. And this was a very instinctual reaction that I was having. I was listening to my body. I was just learning so much information that I was like, this is something I care about. I just want to share it with people, because if it's making my life better, hopefully I can make other people's lives better. It was at that time that I knew that this was something I was going to care about for the rest of my life. Now here's where it gets really interesting, because this is where so many of us run into problems, and I fell into the exact same trap that so many people do. It was something that I cared about, but I didn't feel like I was good at it. I didn't feel like I felt like I knew enough about it, and I felt like I wasn't a successful person yet. And for that reason, I made the excuse to myself that because I wasn't successful, I couldn't share with people what I was learning that was changing my life every single day. So I made myself that excuse because I was scared to go full-time at it, because I thought people were going to think I was fake, that I was a phony, that I was an idiot for just talking about the stuff that I was passionate about. And because I made up that excuse for myself, and I was trying to protect my little fragile ego with what people thought of me, I stopped myself from chasing my passion right there. As we move forward in life, I graduate high school. I decide not to go to college. The very first thing that I did was I started a little fitness email newsletter that I was starting to push out to people. And although it was something that I cared about, I didn't feel that in my heart it was something that I cared about so much that I would be willing to die for it. The next thing I did was I started a marketing business. I did this for a really long time, but in the process of starting that marketing business, I felt in my heart that I was kind of denying a little part of myself, because it wasn't something that I really cared about. I was good at it, but I didn't really care about it. I was just doing it for the money. Next, because I was tired of doing that and I was just doing it for the money, I almost started a real estate photography business. Again, something I don't really care about. I'm not passionate about that whatsoever, but it could make money, so I kind of was going to go for it. But again, I was denying a little part of myself, and I knew that at my core, I just wanted to talk about this information and share it with people. And finally, I got my life insurance license, which made, stupid money. I knew that I didn't really fully care about any of these things. Then 2020 comes along, and the life insurance company that I'm with is having to transition all their marketing leads over, and I'm not getting any new clients that I can possibly sign up, so I can't really work. And I just think to myself, man, I'm tired of this. So I'm going out with a friend one night, we're at a party, and I had just broken up with my girlfriend, so I was a single guy, and I was like, dude, let's get TikTok famous. It sounds so dumb, but it's so important. I was just so excited about it in the moment. I was like, dude, let's get TikTok famous, bro. And the next day I called him up. I was like, dude, I know I was drinking last night, but I'm serious about getting TikTok famous. I'll jump off a bridge if I need to. I'm all in on it. So I started making content for TikTok, and I set the goal for myself to get to 100,000 followers within about 2 months. And I ended up accomplishing that goal to the day. It was insane. I set the goal for September 31st, and I accomplished that goal on that day to get to 100,000 followers. And in the process of accomplishing those goals, I became absolutely obsessed with the process of making content. I realized that I was so passionate about it. I loved being in front of the camera, and I loved it. Then the day finally came where it was time to sign up for my insurance leads again. Everything had gotten figured out, and that I could go back to my normal career of making insurance money. I denied my truth by doing the fitness thing. I denied my truth by doing the marketing thing. I denied my truth by doing the real estate thing, and I denied my truth by doing life insurance. Because inside of me, I felt that I wasn't truly passionate about those subjects. So I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go all in on making content. It sounds insane, but here's my denial letter canceling my contract for life insurance. I no longer do life insurance anymore. In fact, I can't even make money from that anymore. And we're just starting off this channel. I have 0 subscribers at the moment, and I'm going to blow this thing up to show you guys that you can accomplish any goal you set for yourself as long as you're passionate about it and you know your purpose behind it. That's phase 1, and that's how I found out my passion. All I want to do is just make content for you guys that you guys freaking love, and that helps you guys and has a positive impact on your life. Okay, and so step 2 is about finding your purpose in life. One of my favorite people is Tony Robbins, and he talks about the 6 needs. One of the needs is being contribution. The purpose of contribution is it gives us fulfillment when we contribute to society. So your purpose is more about what you can do for society and what effect you're going to have on it. One day when I used to work at Enterprise, going out of high school, we used to have to pick people up. I was driving someone to go pick up their rental car, and he asked me. He used to be this guy that was a fighter pilot, like in the Army, like he was in the Air Force. It was so cool. And he asked me, he's like, "Hey, what do you want to do in life?" And then at that point, I really didn't know what I cared about. I said, "Man, I just want to help people." And he looked at me and he said, "Dude, don't you want to do something cool?" I was like, "Bro." That is what I find cool. That's what my truth says. That's what I cared about. So in the process of going through all these experiences, first I learned what I was passionate about through trial and error. I didn't know that I cared about so much about making content until I actually started doing it. So when you want to find out what you're passionate about, you just have to try a whole bunch of things and keep listening to your heart and see what makes the most sense with you. If in the process of doing something, you don't feel that it's right, don't do it anymore. And then as for your purpose in life, how do you want to contribute to society? What do you want to do? Contribution to society, that one's pretty simple. It's all about what kind of impact you want to have on people in your lifetime. And this is something that you come across by just being really silent. Remember when I told you my mom sent me down to Mexico for the summer? I was locked in Mexico, away from my friends, away from people. I didn't have really anybody to talk to besides, my immediate family that was there, but I couldn't text anybody. I was just alone by myself in Mexico. And it was in that moment of solitude and silence that I realized that all I really wanted to do in life was to make the world a better place for other people. And the way that I was going to do that was by becoming the greatest version of myself. And by being the greatest version of myself, I could share with other people what I was doing to become that. And if I was helping other people become the greatest versions of themselves, then I would be able to have an incredible positive impact on this planet. And that's really all that I cared about at the end of the day. And it was because I took the time to listen to myself in solitude. And it was because I took the time to go through the trial and error of making mistakes, of starting the wrong businesses, of going about things the wrong way, of trying to accomplish goals the wrong way. My purpose in life, I know, is to make this world a better place. And then my passion in life is making all this content for you guys, which is why I'm here today. I'm going to be sharing a lot more with you. But all of those things took trial and error. They took me failing and messing up a lot. And as I started going through that process, now I've gotten to the point where I know that my truth is that I love doing this for you guys. I love you guys so much. It's all I want to do. And at my core, I know this is true because I would rather die than do something else. And if you're not at that point with what you care about in life, that's either because you're not letting yourself accept it, that is your passion and your reality, that's the direction you want to go, because like me, you were scared of the judgments that people were going to pass on you, or it's because you just haven't found it yet. And if you just haven't found it yet, all you need to do is go through the trial and error of making it happen, make it a reality, and go forward one step at a time, pushing yourself to try new things until you come across that day where you finally know your passion and your purpose. And when you know that, dude, go full send into it, all in. And that'll be another video for another day about going all in. I saw this quote on Instagram the other day from Jeff Bezos when he said, "You don't get to pick your passions. Your passions pick you. You just have to uncover them." So start uncovering your passions. Start doing more things. See what you're truly passionate about. And hey, listen in here. Listen to your heart a little bit. It'll help guide you. Sometimes in that moment of decision, when you have to make a decision right or wrong, just listen. And if you make the wrong decision and then you find out that it's wrong because you thought it was right, then it's okay. Just come back. Again, it's like, stealing a cookie from the cookie jar. Sometimes you do things that you know are wrong, but sometimes, let's say you have a bunch of options, a bunch of doors to open and you don't know which one. Shoot, just open one. And if you mess up, go open another one. But it's better than not opening any doors at all. I think the purpose is of the soul and the passion is of the mind. Let me explain that. Your purpose is of the soul. It's how what you're gonna contribute to society, what you're gonna do for other people, how you can make other people's lives better. Even if you're not religious or you don't believe in souls or God or anything, it really doesn't matter. You kind of know what I mean. Where at your core you feel something that you just want to give to people. And if you haven't felt that yet, you just need to sit down and be quiet for a day or two, completely and eliminate yourself from society for a day or two, sit in complete silence and listen to your heart on the inside, and it'll tell you what you really care about. And those 2 days will probably suck. You'll want to talk to people, you'll want to do stuff, you'll want to watch TV, you'll want to entertain yourself, but literally just sit in silence, and those days are super boring. But if you take that time to just sit down and listen, man, it'd be great. Or take up meditation. I've just recently started taking up meditation. It's awesome. And then passions being of the mind, that is more of what you're actually going to be doing to fulfill your purpose. If my purpose is to make this world a better place by changing the lives of as many people as possible, by helping them become the greatest version of themselves, my passion is going to be directly tied to that. How am I going to do that? I found out my passion was making content, and what do you know? They go hand in hand. They come together like yin and yang. Because I know my purpose, my passion is also going to lead me to that. And that's why they go so well together. Passions are more of the mind. They're more strategic. They're the strategy to help you fulfill your purpose. There's a higher level of thinking, and then there's your strategic thinking, and then there's your action. Your purpose is up here. Your passion is over here, and your actions are in here. You just have to fight. You just have to keep going at it. Make sure you build your legend every single day. If you want to get your free wristband, click the link in the description down below. Also, make sure you click subscribe and hit the notifications. Watch the videos all the way through, and I will see you guys on the next one.